Hey guys, how's it going out there in the wide world today? It's been a great day for me and my family here. If you checked out yesterday's video, you know that we took a day trip to Japan's second largest lake and we had a great day in the sun, which is, fortunate because the last 5 days have been all rain and the next 5 days are going to be all rain. So getting in there today and getting that beautiful weather, brilliant. And hopefully I've got a cracking tan to prove it. But you're not interested in that. You're interested in shoes and sneakers because that's why you're checking this out and that's why you clicked on this video. And today we're looking at this right here, the Nike Air Jordan 11 Low Black Cement. And there's a lot I need to talk about. I need to talk about these right here. They're the Space Jams from last year. I also need to talk about these right here because that's the Concord breads that dropped very, very recently. And I'll mash all that in together so that we can get a good look at this shoe and talk about it, knowledgeably. And then I can explain to you I'll explain to you why I titled this video "The Only Angle on the Upcoming Release of the Nike Air Jordan 11 Low Black Cement That Looks Good." So without further ado, let's get into all that today. This is the Talk About a 23 Sneaker channel. Talk About a 23 Sneaker channel des. Mainichi Yapsuru no de. Mainichi Mite Kudasai. And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. So every single day you should be checking in and checking out these videos like today's video. Air Jordan 11s, everybody must be like, yes, rubbing their hands and thinking, yeah, pooh, it's a classic. Let's go, black cement. Whoa, this is Jordan history in the making. Not if you're me. There's a lot about this shoe that I just don't like. And you know what? Yesterday I did a video about the alternate grapes and well, it didn't go very well, or at least it didn't go well for the shoe. I liked the video, people out there liked the video, but people who liked that shoe didn't like the video because, well, but thank heavens for the K54 6s. Beautiful shoe. I'm glad that I could actually have a shoe in the rotation this week that I could talk happily about, be like, yes, they got this right. Oh, look at all these brilliant points in there. Because it feels like I've been slamming the Jordan line a little bit hard these days, but that's just me. That's what my channel's like. I'm not at all the kind of person that just jumps on something because it's hype or because everybody else says it's good. I take a look at it from my own perspective and give you my own opinion on it. And that's why in this video today I'm going to be taking apart the Nike Air Jordan 11 Low Black Cements and telling you all the rubbish that's on it, except for that one angle that actually looks pretty good. There is a second potential angle that might be okay, but basically there's just one place to look at these guys that I quite like. Now when I do this with videos, sometimes the video is just the title of the shoe, or maybe it's not a question, maybe it's a statement or something like that. But when it's something that requires a reveal, I tend to do it as fast as possible in the video because I don't want people out there hanging on waiting for the answer to my question, and I hate clickbait. So without further ado, I'm going to give you that angle. And you might be already ahead of me in the comments down below, or you might be guessing what it is, and you think you've got it. Is it the insole? Is it from above? Is it the front? Whatever. For me, the only angle that I like to look at this shoe on is this right here on the heel. There's something about this that just looks like a really clean sneaker. Maybe it's the size of the black cement against the rest of the shoe. Maybe it's because there's a sort of balance to the way the elephant print sort of goes from left to right on the heel. I don't know really what it is. It might be the balance of the colours because you can see enough of the red, the greys and the blacks all working together. But it just looks good. If you looked at this only from behind, which is not a good thing if the only place on the shoe to look at is the back side of it. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's your kind of thing, but it's just not gonna fly very far if that's the only good angle we've got on the shoe. But it might be just that balance of those colors, like I said, or it might be just that it looks good. But that there, if you looked only at that part of the shoe, you'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. This is gonna work. This might be a really cool looking shoe. But then you get round onto, I'm gonna go to my least favorite part, which is the opposite end of the shoe, the toe box, and it really bugs me just the way the panels kind of wrap around. Now that's not specific to this shoe. If we bring back those Space Jams from last year, you can see that that paneling on the side, it's the sort of standard paneling that you get on Jordan 11 Lows with the sort of, I don't know what you want to call them, air holes or something that are cut throughout the length of the shoe. But that's not to say that they always do that, because then we go to what I did talk about earlier in the video, those bread Concords which dropped just within the last couple of weeks, and and they totally took apart the construction of this low and actually converted it into the construction that you'd really see on a larger, higher shoe, and that the 11 style, especially with that patent leather wrapped around the whole lower part of the shoe. Personally, going back to today's shoe, really don't like that, separated, divided, split up kind of upper on there, especially, I'm talking about the elephant print on these guys. But generally speaking, it really bugs me when a high or a mid or a low don't match. And specifically, we can talk about the LeBron 17s. I talk about it a lot, about how I love the LeBron 17 high. I think it's an iconic silhouette and an iconic shoe. And down the line, years from now, that's going to be one of the shoes that people are like, oh, do you remember them? But then the 17 lows are a totally different shoe. And you're like, they aren't even related. You know what I mean? They're not even close to related. There's like almost a zero connection between the low and the high. And that, frustrates me a little bit in shoes. I like it when there's consistency. So if we think of Air Jordan 1s with a high, a mid, and a low, very, very consistent in their construction and design. And then if we come back to these guys today, there are an awful lot of difference between this particular branch of the Air Jordan 11 lows, because like I said, you had those Concord Breads, for example, which do kind of stay true to the larger runs of these shoes. And if you think in terms of things like snakeskin and stuff like that, there have been quite a few shoes that have stayed true to that kind of classic Jordan 11 line. But then these guys, it's too far away, it's too far removed from the classic Jordan 11s as far as I'm concerned. And the worst place to look at that, as I've gone way off the reservation to get to here, but it's on the toe where those sort of side panels come around onto the toe box, and they don't even seem to serve a function. It's not like they're mud guards or anything, or often with basketball sneakers on the medial side, there's extra leather on there to protect the toe from when the lateral movement, which will rough up the front inside edge of your shoes. So they need an extra bit of leather on there. It's not even practical, it's just pure design, and it's just pure ugly. If I was wearing these and I was looking down on that, I'd just be like, what on earth have I got on my feet? Zero interest from me, an absolute no. So that's the back end of these guys, love it. Front end of these guys, absolutely awful. And now to look at that, the middle section that connects the two, we'll put up the lateral here, and you can see that front to back kind of elephant print that runs throughout this shoe. Now that's classic for the Jordan 3 line. I think anybody out there with an interest in sneakers knows that. But what's also classic to the Jordan 3 line, in my opinion, and especially I can say this because there's an awful lot on this shoe that reminds me of my own fire red 3s, which I absolutely love. And particularly, for example, we go up onto the tongues and you can see that kind of light grey tongue with the red Jumpman in the middle of it, and that's very Jordan 3 fire red, or especially because the Jumpman's red. There were also the Varsity Royales, which really, really frustrated me because I loved that shoe except for the Jumpman on the back, and I was debating whether or not to get them. And then when they finally dropped on sneakers, they only went up to 29 centimeters. Now we're over 30 centimeters, so there's no way I could squeeze my feet into them. Very frustrating that they don't have my size here in Japan. But anyway, classic for the Jordan 3 line is that tumbled leather. And then if we come back to these 11 lows today, you can see in the top half of the sneaker, they've kind of gone with that tumbled leather effect, which is unusual in a Jordan 11 low. Yes, very, very cool. Wish they'd done more with that elephant print down below, changed up the construction a bit, maybe gone with that full length stuff instead of having that partition stuff like they've got on these guys right now. So so that's the major parts of the upper half of the shoe. I did say there was one other maybe place where this shoe looks okay, but it's on the outsole because it's got a great looking outsole. Something about it says translucent grey / brown. Seems like there's a hint of brown in this one. I'm not sure where that comes from, or if that's actually just the pictures or actually the shoe itself. We'll have to wait till we get these in hand to find out. But yeah, the outsole with that translucent effect around most of it, and then the black panels in the middle. It's just a really nice outsole, but it's the outsole. It's a bit like saying it's a really nice heel, but it's the heel. That's not really the main place that you want. That's an afterthought. Both of them are afterthoughts when it comes to sneaker design. So if they're the two places that are getting a tick, a yes, a thumbs up, then there's something wrong with the shoe. But that's just my opinion, and maybe you have a difference of opinion and you're happy to share it with me in the comments down below. But now I'm going to have to do what I do every single day. It's now 1:50 in the morning. That's terrible. It's 1:50 in the morning on, is it Thursday morning today, or no, it's Friday morning. It's Thursday evening, Friday morning. And this video is for 7 p.m. on Friday, so I have to go away and get this one tucked away. So I'm going to check off. Thank you guys for checking out the content. But you know what? I do this every single day, and I say this every single day that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.